Joining me now is Senator Chris Van Hollen, Democrat from Maryland, who sits on the Senate Banking and Appropriations Committee, amongst others. Senator, it's great to speak with you. I'm gonna start with this. When I think of inflation, when I think of where gas prices have gone, when I think of the price of the shortages in formula and everything else like that, it seems to me that there have got to be multiple bad guys out there, right? As a senator and sitting on a committee that looks at these kinds of issues, what is the number one cause for the inflation that we're facing right now? Just the cause, not the blame, but the cause.
Well, Jason, it's good to be with you. The cause is what I call the 4 Ps. And one is Putin's war. I mean, that's driving up oil prices. It's driving up the price of food and wheat. Second are pandemic supply chain issues. Third is price gouging. Big corporations taking advantage of the moment to try to gouge consumers. Fourth is politics. And that's why it was important that the president lays out exactly what he wants to do to reduce prices on everything from prescription drugs to childcare, and point out that Republicans are opposing that. And as you indicated, actually have their own plan that would raise taxes on lower and middle income Americans and terminate Medicare and Social Security through a grandfather clause. So, you know, campaigns are about choices. Right. And Joe Biden is fond of saying, don't compare me to the almighty, compare me to the alternative. So he's laying out his plan versus theirs.
So, you know, when I think of Rick Scott's tax plan, it reminds me of like Paul Ryan 10 years ago when he had a tax plan. Republicans like, no, it's just theory. It's like back of the envelope. Don't really look at that over there. I want to play this clip of Senator Scott and get your thoughts about this. What would his tax plan really mean to the American people? Let's play that clip.
You lead your party's GOP Senate fundraising. So is it the platform or not?
Well, clearly it's not the platform for the Republican Party. I put out my ideas. I hope everybody will give me their ideas. We're going to continue to make changes.
I mean, it's not the plan, but it's the main one that we're talking about. Senator, what would this plan do? Like, if this plan gets implemented, Republicans take over the Senate next year, what does this plan do to your average person's pocketbook right here, right now, living in Largo, Maryland?
So, Jason, Rick Scott and Republicans think that big corporations and wealthy Americans pay too much in taxes. They don't want to close those loopholes. They think lower and middle income Americans don't pay enough. And so what their plan would do is very straightforward. It would raise taxes on lower and middle income Americans. And at the same time that it would raise their taxes, it would take away their retirement security and their medical security if they were on Social Security or Medicare. That's exactly what it does. That's why Mitch McConnell is saying, shh, don't tell anybody, Senator Scott, about the plan. But of course, Mitch McConnell is not telling anybody what they would do. We're leaving it to Senator Scott and his colleagues to do that. Although I will say, Jason, as we heard, Mitch McConnell did leave very much open the prospect that they would have a national ban on abortion, right, if they were in charge.
So the other bad guy that I see in inflation is the businesses who are charging. They're not forced to charge. They charge what they want to charge. I want to play this audio that we have from the show last week of a bunch of CEOs talking about how this price gouging has worked for them. Get your thoughts on that, too.
The team has done a marvelous job in driving price.
Our sales gains were largely driven by higher average sales price. Average sales price trends reflect successful pricing strategies during the ongoing inflationary environment.
Consumers get used to it. When all prices go up, it helps.
We're not leaving any pricing on the table. We want to take as much as we can.
They're just gouging people. They're not saying, hey, we have to do this to make up for losses. They're using the environment we're in now to gouge regular men and women who have to go to work every day. Senator, what is Joe Biden going to do about this? Because when I hear these kinds of voices, I am outraged for the men and women out there who are still suffering in the middle of this COVID recovery with prices that they don't need to be getting charged right now.
Well, you're exactly right as to what's happening. That's price gouging, pure and simple, and they're taking those profits and they're not reinvesting them in workers or raising wages. They're doing stock buybacks for their shareholders. So we are pushing the Federal Trade Commission to use all the tools at its disposal to go after price gouging. And they are doing everything in their power right now, I think, to do it. Now, one of the things Republicans have done is they've prevented us from putting in place a full contingent of members on the FTC, right? So they're using their powers of obstruction to try to prevent the FTC from having a full contingent so that they can help protect consumers. So we're going to be working to make sure we get that nomination in place. Those are the kind of things that the president is working to do. He, of course, did release oil from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, 1 million barrels a day. They are using these tools, but if we had any cooperation from Republicans, and I'm not under any illusion that we will,
Right.
we would be able to better address some of these things. But when you have blanket political opposition for purely, purposes of trying to deny the country, an opportunity to get out of this price situation, that's what November is all about. And that's why it is important we tell the voters what's happening.
Senator Chris Van Hollen, thank you so very much for joining us tonight.
Great to be with a fellow Marylander. Good to see you.
Thank you. Coming